So the grid lines up for round 14 here at Spa, and the conditions are very different for this race. It has been declared a wet one. Jonathan Kennard takes pole position. Here's Martin with the grid.
Round 14 of the Lloyds TSB Insurance British Formula 3 International Series, led by another black car. This time, though, not Stephen Jelley, it's Jonathan Kennard, his second pole of the year. Alongside him, again, a front row start from Maro Engel. Now, he won race 2 at Spa last year. Sam Bird, hot off his second win of the year, lines up third, ahead of Stephen Jelley, the race 1 pole sitter. Ati Mustonen in 5th position with Rodolfo Gonzalez again 6th, ahead of Marco Asma. Not a great result, but better than last, that's for sure. Mario Moraes, Greg Mansell and Sebastian Hohenthal, the Fortec rivals, are behind him. National class pole sitter again, Sergio Perez. This time, though, he's 18th. Well, it's astonishing that we have to come abroad for the first wet race of what's been a very wet British summer. But with the safety car leading them around, you can see exactly why it is so filthy. Now, after 2 laps, the lights have gone off. We are getting ready to start. Jonathan Kennard leads the field. Maro Engel in 2nd. Sam Bird, race 1 winner here, in 3rd. Now, Engel won race 2 last year, not in the wet but in the fog. Let's see what he can do here. Visibility probably won't be much better. Kennard's got a really good jump on the field, though, Kelvin. Huge advantage.
Yeah, got the power down. His biggest advantage is visibility. You can see from that shot there just how this mist is hanging in the air. And just look behind the leader, Kennard, there. They can see next to nothing. Dangerous, tricky conditions, but the race is on, and let's see what happens as they climb up the hill into Les Combes.
It is really sheeting down. The rain is very heavy. Stephen Jelley pulling out to see where he's going as much as to have a look at Sam Bird right behind Ati Mustonen, and Jelley will have to watch his mirrors, because I fancy the Finn fancies his chances here. After a good result in 4th in race 1, there's Rodolfo Gonzalez, still consistently up in the top half dozen, but he needs to move up 3 or 4 places for his liking.
Top Mugen Honda engine runner, remember Gonzalez, a man in form, but just look at what his challenge is here. Really bad visibility, the spray of the 2 cars in front. Where's the next corner? There we are, slot it in. It's a bit slippery on the curb there, and I think running wide there is Ati Mustonen out of that corner as the leaders drop down into the double left of Pouhon.
Well, they've got to be very careful on those curbs, because it is just like sheet ice. Oh, Gonzalez runs a little wide under pressure from behind. Oh, and he's off. Gonzalez a long way off, rejoins. Tiny little strip of grass there to try and make you spin a second time. The Kelvin, these engines are so peaky, they produce a lot of power, but very high up the rev range in a narrow band. They must be a nightmare to drive in the rain.
Yeah, and the relevant thing really is the throttle response is so severe, it's quite easy to break the traction at the rear wheels with acceleration. Now, we've got a replay here of the Gonzalez incident. He was downhill in the double left of Pouhon. He runs wide over the curve, and he actually spun. We couldn't see that on the previous shot, but he goes around. But thankfully for Gonzalez, it's a wide tarmac apron there.
Well, he moved down to 10th place as Niall Breen got by him with Sam Bird. And visibility, well, it'll have to improve to be 0, won't it, really? It's absolutely shocking. Oh, and the traction level's not that great either. Leader in trouble. Now, as the camera follows the 2nd place car of Maro Engel, there is our leader, Jonathan Kennard. Just about scrambles back on, but Engel sees his opportunity, gets good drive out of the bus stop up to the hairpin at La Source. Still very wet, and Kennard with his nose in front. Engel looks inside, but there's no overlap. Can't quite get it. Kennard gives him racing room and just holds on. Now, that was sensible driving by Kennard. Managed to scramble out of the hole he dug for himself.
Yeah, but Engel got almost halfway alongside, so Engel also gave some room there to avoid contact as they dive down. Just look at the visibility. We're on board with Sam Bird in 3rd place, and it definitely isn't flat in these conditions, but a big challenge.
Nice weather for ducks, but not for racing drivers. Stephen Jelley and the rest dropping back behind, and I can't think that we'll be needing slicks or fresh wets come to that, so the Carlin boys not going to be used. Replay here of Leo Mansell and Salman Al Khalifa. Synchronised spinning. Well, I suppose they got the weather for it anyway. The Bahraini driver and the Brit go round together. Now, Kennard recovering his composure a little. Maro Engel needs to press the point here. He was exceptional in the wet last year, beaten only by Jelmer Berman, a skid car instructor in his day job. So he really might have an advantage here. But, of course, Kennard with a chance. Oh! Ricardo Tercero has gone off heavily at Eau Rouge. And that's a big shunt. The Angolan driver seems to be okay, at least he's bailing out, as you would do facing Doink, the opposition.
And there we've got a replay, but he's already lost the car to Sarah when he comes into shot, and I suspect he lost the car in the standing water down in the bottom of the dip there, but we saw him get out of the car, and safety car comes out to clear up that mess.
Well, that's hardly a surprise. The conditions have got a fraction better since the start, but not an awful lot. So Kennard will follow the safety car down the hill. Behind him, Maro Engel, Sam Bird in third place. And even at these speeds, they've got to be careful with the weaving. Now, so what will happen to the team here? They're waiting as we look at the very damaged front of the Angolan driver's car. There's our national class leader, Sergio Perez. Not quite able to shine as much as he was in the dry, but on target for a second national class win. Now then, the race is a 12-lap distance or a maximum of 30 minutes, and this is Gireri. He's stopped at Eau Rouge. Oh, he's had enough, hasn't he? Look, he's shaking the head, don't care. Well, they're saying he can try and restart, but actually he's at the back of the queue behind the safety car, even if he does restart, so there really is no point at all. As I was going to say, 30-minute maximum time limit on this race. And I think this is what's going to ensure the race ends under yellow. Teixeira, a passenger, probably from the moment he turned into Eau Rouge there. And that's what's brought out the safety car, and time has run out. So as the safety car comes round for the final time, we will see it pull off, and the drivers will take the checkered flag. So, Calvin, a bizarre way for the race to finish, but they are out of time.
Yeah, I've never seen this before, and they are sprinting down. They've just got one more corner to do. Let's hope that this isn't a race situation. You can see the waved yellows. It's still safety car conditions, but maybe the drivers, one or two of them, are a bit confused, but they should drop down the hill here for the flag for Jonathan Kennard's first win.
So Kennard wins his first British Formula 3 International Series win. His dad doesn't care how it comes. They'll take it any way it is. Boyo Hyatt, who is the team boss there, absolutely delighted with that as well. And Jonathan Kennard himself should be justifiably proud. Don't forget, he started at the front of the grid, so he'd done the hard work in practice, dealt with the conditions and the opposition. Perez wins the national class, Bird and Engel on the podium. But on the top step, it is Jonathan Kennard with his first British F3 win.
Jonathan, that first win's come today. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it means so much. It's the team's first winner this year as well, and I can't describe it. It's the best feeling in the world.
Sergio, well done. This is becoming the norm, isn't it, to get you on the podium?
Yeah, it's fantastic to win both races in a weekend. It's a fantastic feeling, and hopefully we can keep it like that and win the championship. I think we did a good step now. A step forward in the championship, and hopefully we can keep it like that.
6th and 8th place, not what Marco Asma's used to. That means everybody has marginally closed the gap. Sam Bird leaps up to second because Maro Engel didn't score in race 1 here, but it's still Asma in control of the championship class. And with double wins and 2 second places for his rival Cheng, Perez now has a 10-point advantage. If history repeats itself, Cheng will win both times next time out.
So congratulations to Jonathan Kennard. It's been a while coming, but he celebrates his first win in Formula 3. Now, as the teams pack up behind me, the sun, would you believe, has just come out. Anyway, next time we will be at Silverstone, so join us for that. Bye-bye.